Right,
Yep.
here we go again, episode 6.
Scotland.
Scotland indeed. But,
Another site.
yes, another site. But it's nice to be away, isn't it, down in Bristol in the old van.
We're not.
Yeah, but we said we'd pretend because we're recording it early.
Yeah, but don't you think they'll notice?
Well, can't we tell him it's the awning or something?
We haven't got an awning, and how many people have a desk in their awning?
Oh yeah.
I thought I was the silly one. Props for this week? Do we have any?
Yes, well, as you know, following the announcement by YouTube a couple of
Oh, here we go again.
What?
Are you going to forget about YouTube?
Well, eventually, I'm not bitter.
No, not that you're bitter. So props, come on.
Yes.
Forget YouTube.
Yes, there we go.
That is a model of the QE2.
Indeed it is, yes.
We went on a ferry.
Yes, but it's indicative.
That's a big word. Can you explain?
Well, it's a boat, and we went on a boat.
Oh, right.
And funny enough, we didn't have a model of a Caravan ferry, so
You
what do I do with that?
could have gone and bought one if it weren't for YouTube, couldn't you?
I could have done it.
Alcohol?
Not exactly, no.
Oh, right.
Well, following the announcement by YouTube,
Oh, shut! What alcohol have we got?
we haven't got any alcohol.
No.
Well, I did manage to find something that is representative of
I
this.
can see it in the corner of my eye.
No, should we bring it out?
Yeah.
This is a appalling stereotype, isn't it?
Iron brew.
Yeah. You didn't want a glass, did you?
No, you're the posh one.
Yeah, if you say so, dear. Enjoy.
Yeah. That's the first glass I've had of that, or the first mouthful I've had of that, I think, since we've been
Yeah.
to Scotland.
I wonder what's like with whiskey in it.
I don't know, but do you know what I mean? I think that's just a glorified Tizer. We used to have Tizer in this country with a slightly different colour, but it tastes the same to me.
Now, you're on a mission to upset as many people as possible with this one.
They say on the can here it's brewed in Scotland
Yes.
to a secret recipe since 1901.
Wow. So you remember when it came out then?
Yeah. It's Tizer.
Shall we move on?
Yes, come on, who died this week?
Right.
And remember, it's next... No, I'm not going to go there.
No, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
Right, you will of course heard of Mustafa Kemal Pasha, who died on this day in 1908 at the age of just 33.
No.
No?
No.
He was an Egyptian lawyer and founder of the Egyptian National Party.
No, well, I'm not Egyptian, am I?
No, well, just thought, throw that one in.
Right.
Roy Scheider.
Now, actor.
Yes, Jaws. Played
Oh, yeah,
the police guy.
Police guy, yeah.
He died on this day in 2008, age 76.
I was going to say he couldn't have been very old, but 76, not bad.
Not bad. I'll be happy with that.
Well, I will.
Not sure I will though.
Come on.
Last but not least, Shirley Temple.
Oh, now, she was a child actress
She was, yes.
during the war.
Yeah, and she died...
Not that I remember the war.
No, of course not, dear.
No.
She died 4 years ago, 2014, at the age of 85.
Oh, she's good age then.
Yes.
Yeah, women seem to live longer than men, don't they?
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
No, not going to lie. Anyway, right.
News. Yes.
What's in the news this week?
Well, we think we've finally settled on a name for this this carry-on. And it's thanks to Boss, aka David, Caravan Nut on Twitter.
Oh, yes.
Sunday Night Natters.
Sunday night natters. We like a good natter, don't we?
Well, normally you natter and I pretend to listen, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's definite
Yes.
for the time being.
Yes.
It's going to be Sunday night natter.
Yeah, until we can think of something
else.
But
All right.
I do like that one. It's my favourite so far. And we should explain, as if they haven't worked out already, that we are recording this early.
Yeah, we're doing that because we are away. No, we're not away yet, but
No,
we're going
not,
away.
But we will be away.
And we normally record these on Saturday.
On a Saturday afternoon.
I've got to get this straight in my head.
Yes.
See.
But this time, when we're pretending to record this, we will either be enjoying the view from the M4,
Yeah.
or quite possibly in the pub.
Yeah, depends on whether...
Depends on how the journey goes,
Yeah, exactly. So yes, so we are away, but we're not away.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think I understand.
Yeah, all there?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Right, no news as such, blog-wise, but as we are up in Scotland again,
Yep.
I just want to give a shout out to 3 blog and YouTube channels who show us a lot of Scotland. First one, most people will have heard of, who are watching this, is of course Mr. Disson.
Yeah, he's just been up there, hasn't he?
He has,
in
with
a camper van.
the camper van. He's trying it for 6 weeks or whatever.
I have to say, they're quite incredible videos, aren't they?
Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if he's enjoying the camper van, but...
No, but I mean, not only this time, but in previous years, the Scott vlogs, stunning scenery,
excellent.
And he's a great videographer.
If you're thinking of going to Scotland, watch some of Andrew's. You know,
and before you ask, I'll put the links below.
And who? Desmond.
Desmond's Donders, also worth a mention. He does weekly videos from his trips around Scotland in his camper van.
And he does a camper. He's got a motorhome.
Yep.
I think his is more classed as a motorhome.
Yep.
I don't know what the difference is. Perhaps someone could explain to me.
Yeah. Can we move on?
Yeah, but I want to know what the difference is between a camper van and a motorhome.
There you go.
Please tell me.
Answers on the comments below.
Below, yeah. Right. But yes, Desmond goes to some incredible places, doesn't he?
Yeah, fantastic
scenery.
I really enjoy this stuff.
His blogs are all about his scenery, really, aren't they? Or his vlogs, rather. Right, who else? Oh, we've got one more here.
Yep, T1 out and about. Michael.
T1.
Another take. He does lots of walks around.
Well, he's great for the walker.
Yeah.
If you love walks and you're going up to Scotland, then T1 and his dog, because we've got to mention the dog.
Yeah, T-Dog.
Because T-Dog, he's always with him on his walks, isn't he? Sometimes he's with his family, but he does walk a long way with that poor dog, doesn't he? Mind you, I think the dog loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He loves it, especially near water.
So if you want to look a bit more at Scotland, I'd definitely recommend those 3 channels. I'm sure there's more, but those are ones that we sort of keep a close eye on, aren't we?
Yeah, and it's handy to mention these people, especially because they've got great experience of Scotland, and we are talking about Scotland.
We are, yes.
And which site are we talking about today?
This week we are at the North Ledaig Caravan and Motorhome Club. You're enjoying that, aren't you? Caravan and Motorhome Club affiliated site.
Yep.
A few miles north of Oban.
Yep.
Just off the A828.
Yep.
So we've travelled up from...
Shall we talk about that?
What, the journey up from...
Because we briefly mentioned it in last week's...
Yes.
That...
you come up the A82 on the side of Loch Lomond.
I was rather clever and thought you should drive that day.
If you say so.
Yeah.
And there was a point on that journey, the road was getting narrower and narrower and bumpier. And then this huge lorry appeared in the other direction. I did actually shut my eyes for a few seconds.
I think anyone going, anywhere in Scotland, you've got to be aware, obviously, the roads in places are quite narrow. And especially when you go around Loch Lomond on the way to Oban, it's only the first part of the journey. It's a bit hairy, isn't it?
I do remember that journey as well, because after we got through all that, we left in sunshine, didn't we?
We got cliffs one side, weren't there? There was rocks and
there was a stone wall,
forest, and then the other side, of course, you got the loch.
Yeah.
Neither of which Patsy would relish going in. But you done it, didn't you?
Yeah,
it was a great experience.
We got there in one go, didn't we?
And he was a novice at the time.
Rather. Very much so, yeah.
He was a novice then. You hadn't, we drove a few miles by then, but you were still learning the old towing game.
As I said, before you interrupted, that journey, we started off in sunshine, and that replaced by rain. But it did stop raining because it started snowing.
That was right. Yeah, it was quite an incredible journey. Three seasons in one day.
Yeah,
I think they always say that anyway, don't they, out there?
But anyway, easy site to find. As you say, you head on, you turn off the A82 at Tyndrum, I think it is, towards Oban, and then you go across the Connell Bridge, and the site is on your left just past Oban Airport.
Because it's a privately owned site, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, affiliated to the club,
And it's huge, isn't it?
It's a massive site.
30 acres, I believe, something like that.
And pitches go right down to the beach,
water's edge,
the water's edge.
Which we had a pitch side.
We did.
Which was absolutely wonderful, wasn't it?
Looking right over, hang on a minute, Ardmuknish Bay.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, not me.
I had to check it.
I don't think I'd have got that out.
But yeah, fantastic site.
Oh, it was great, wasn't it? It was great.
The loos were a long walk or a short drive away.
I think most of the time it was a short drive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really was.
But the facilities were great. The well-stocked shop as well. I remember I got some Oban beers from there, I think.
Yeah, we did. And it's a great site. It's got a lot of seasonal pitches though, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a lot of seasonal pitches.
I can't think of much better places to have a seasonal with a few
like that. The pub is not that far, is it? Is it a hotel?
lock alarms or lock down or something.
I think it's only a short.
It's probably
journey.
Walkable. We didn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
But I imagine many would.
And I believe we didn't do this either, or did we? No, I can't remember. No, we didn't. The bus stops right outside the site to Oban.
No, we didn't get on the bus, but
Yeah, no, it's a very, very nice site with very, very nice views, and you just can't beat it. It's really good, and it's handy for Oban.
That's right, which is only about 5 miles away.
Which is handy for lots of things, Oban. So what else
Well,
did we
did
do?
have a couple of visits there. The first one was to catch a ferry.
Oh yes, over to
one of Andrew's favourite companies, Caledonian McIntyre Ferries.
Oh yeah, it was
and
good.
We got the ferry over to the Isle of Mull.
It's a great ferry ride, isn't it?
45 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah, because you go past some other islands on the way, don't you?
Yeah.
And you have to come out of that sort of bay, don't you? And it's very pleasant, as I remember. We mainly did it for the ferry journey, didn't we?
Because we didn't do an awful lot when we got to Mull. We could have got on the bus to go to Tobermory.
Yeah.
And there's a castle there as well that we decided. So instead we went to the pub, didn't we?
To the pub. Well, it's time. That time of year, we were still losing the light, weren't we? Really, because it's still early spring, wasn't it?
It was May.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as late as that.
Yeah, it's middle of May.
All right. Well, anyway, we didn't think we had enough time to do it justice, did we? So
No.
we went to the pub instead.
The pub was nice. Yeah.
The pub was very nice. It was very strange, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The lady who served us had this Scandinavian accent.
Yeah, we can't remember where she was from. So say Scandinavian.
Yeah, it was either Sweden or Switzerland or I don't know. It was a Scandinavian country, wasn't it? It might be Denmark. And we said to her, "Do you know what I mean? We're on, the Isle of Mull," and she explained to us that she'd married the owner's son,
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, hadn't they? And they've ended up running the pub or something. Very nice pub.
Nice pub anyway. Roaring fire. No, we didn't eat there.
No, we had just had a couple of beers, didn't we? And then got the ferry back.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyone who goes over there should do more than
we didn't explore as much as we should have done, but
I think
there's always another time.
There's plenty of it.
But the journey across was just lovely, wasn't it?
Well, I say again, that's why we did it. We just wanted the ferry ride, didn't we? And out of the bay and round. There's another little island there, and it's really good. Right. We then, on another day, we drove up to Fort William, didn't we?
Yep. Come out the site, turn left, follow the road all the way up, and keep following, and you get to Fort William.
Now, it's a lovely drive along there because you can, as you're driving along there, I think you can see Ben Nevis and. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. And there was all snow-capped mountains and really spectacular drive up there, wasn't it?
Yep.
And I always remember as well Fort William. It was another one of them places because Oban was the same.
Yeah.
And I kept mentioning this. We're walking around the town, and every other shop is
outdoors.
Is outdoors.
Walking boots or hiking gear or something like that.
We was feeling ill just walking around looking in the shops, weren't we?
Because it was sort of stuff that sort of
exercise.
Yeah, healthiness. We was wondering when the pub's open.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, Fort William's quite a nice place. Yeah. We should mention the supermarket there.
Yeah.
Is it Morrison's?
I think it's Morrison's.
I can't remember now.
It has parkings for caravans and motorhomes. I think Andrew Ditton's mentioned this in his vlogs as well.
But we were surprised as well.
Yeah, very forward thinking and good.
Yeah, because it's right at the back of the railway station.
That's right. Yes, it is.
So people, especially with their camper vans, who want to do this train journey that we did,
can park up there.
Can't they? And even if they're caravanning and going to go on the train in between going to different sites, they can park there. All just doing their shopping, can't they?
Yeah.
No, it's. I'm sure it's Morrison's and Lidl or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
So anyway, you mentioned the train.
Yep.
The train goes from there to Mallaig.
That's right.
And
we did the cheap version.
We did the cheap version. It's called they offer a steam service called the Jacobite. Runs 2 or 3 times a week, which obviously pulled by.
We're back to wine next.
Yes, all right. Can we move on?
Forget the cutbacks. We're back to wine.
Right, trains.
Yep.
We went for the cheaper version, which is the diesel-hauled train, which takes you to Mallaig, and it's supposed to be one of the most beautiful train journeys in Scotland, if not the world.
Well, I certainly don't know about the world, because until you've actually gone around the world and been on a lot of them, I don't know. But it certainly is a stunning train ride, and I believe the viaduct is featured in Harry Potter.
That's right, yeah.
We couldn't quite get a good photo of it though, could we? We did our
No, the weather
best.
wasn't the best.
And
The train kept moving, which was a bit of a nuisance.
bit of a nuisance, right? But you had to get at the right angle to get it. And we decided we should have got it going backwards, and I don't know, but we didn't get the best picture in the world, did we?
But it's a cracking train
and it
journey.
stops at several places, doesn't it, where lots of hill walkers and people like that were getting off, weren't they? And they're either staying in little hostels or something around there, and doing other things. When we got there, we didn't do a lot again, did we? We had a bowl of chips, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we bought a packed lunch.
Oh, right.
And that was our plan. But then we walked past a chippy.
Yeah.
And the smell was a bit too much, wasn't it? So
and knowing you, you'd had to pack lunch anyway, hadn't we?
No, don't be silly.
Yeah,
I
think we had. The chips were nice though, weren't they?
The chips were lovely, and I remember that day because it was pretty cold. It was just trying to rain, and we stood in the queue there, and the guy in front of us said to the woman, "Oh, it's a nice day." I was thinking, "It's a nice day."
Freezing.
We're risking frostbite here, not sunburn.
But that's also one of the.
I'm thinking, oh, southern softy, maybe.
But there's lots of fishing boats go out there, and isn't the ferry to Skye?
Ferry to Skye, yeah.
Goes over there.
Yes.
But isn't the new bridge not far down the road?
Farther up, isn't it?
Further up or something. But yeah, we enjoy walking around.
Even just for the journey, it's a lovely.
Yeah, and the docks are nice, aren't they?
Yep.
It's a real old-fashioned working fishing docks and everything else, and them seagulls seem to be nesting. In the railway lines, didn't they? Or the side.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Which we couldn't understand at all, because they were nesting on the ground, weren't they? We've never seen seagulls do that before, have we? Really weird.
Is it time to take a pause yet?
Are we going to have one of them pauses again?
Well, I just wonder if you need to, empty your...
Shut up. I need to empty this. Yes, we're going to go into a pause.
Right, okay.
Pause.
Right.
How do we do this? Do we say pause over, or...?
I'll just say better now.
Better... Pause over.
Right, okay.
What we should do is, because we have to keep doing this,
yeah,
we should put an advert in between, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but we can't, because following the announcement by YouTube...
Oh, shut up. We could advertise this.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah.
Product placement.
Yeah.
We'll give it a go, shall we?
Yeah.
200 viewers. Yeah. Going to make a fortune.
Sorry, Scotland, keep it. Do you know what I mean?
Don't be like that. It's not that bad. I've got vodka in mine.
Come on. Right, Fort William. Yeah, train.
Yes.
Did that. Excellent.
We went back to Oban.
Yep.
Just had a look around the town, and worth a trip up is at McCaig's Tower.
Ah, it's fabulous up there.
Yep.
Fabulous up there. And you can look over the whole town, can't you?
And across the some of the islands too.
Why did they build that?
Well, it was a folly, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know. It's spectacular, and it took some building, didn't it?
Yeah.
And, why do people build things at the top of hills so poor labourers have to cut all that stuff up? They must have took that up. Incredible. But it's worth going up there to see the building.
Yep, and there is a picture on the blog.
There is
I'll put the
link down there.
Yes,
but stunning views, isn't there? So go up on a good day, because it looks over the whole of Oban.
Yeah.
You can look out into the bay and everything. It's worth. It's worth. We didn't walk up there, but
no, you could walk it, but we didn't.
Most people
obviously.
would. You may, be coming to the conclusion that we're a couple of lazy. But yes, no, it's worth going up there. It really is. It really is worth going up there. But then,
yes, another drive out.
Yeah,
the following day.
This drive before we talk about this.
Yes.
Right. Before we went to Oban.
Yep.
I saw the Isle of Mull.
Yes.
Right. And I don't know why. I don't know how many people out there have done the same. I always thought that the Mull of Kintyre was the Isle of Mull.
Right, yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, the very young audience, do we have a young audience ever?
I doubt it.
Mull of Kintyre was a famous hit record for...
Paul McCartney and Wings.
And Wings, yes. In 1977, no less.
Wow.
And it stayed in the charts.
Oh, 6.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Good God. Right, I'm not telling you how old I am. Yeah, but it stayed in the charts for a massive 9 weeks.
Oh, right.
And I think for a long while, it was one of the biggest selling singles, or one of the longest. It was not only one of the biggest selling singles, it was also one of the longest 45s. 45. Don't suppose you know what they are, either, do you?
Of course I do. Vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl, yeah.
Can't beat it.
It was one of the longest 45s that stayed at number 1.
Right.
9 weeks at number 1.
Right.
All over Christmas and New Year of 1977 and 78, obviously.
Right, okay.
And it was also Wings, or Paul McCartney, well, Wings' biggest selling record. Now, most people would have thought Band on the Run, wouldn't they?
Would they?
Well, I don't know. But it's not. Anyway.
Have you finished?
I honestly
Can
thought...
we get back to the...
Yeah. But I honestly thought...
Don't go on.
It was... Anyway, we had a nice...
You think yourself lucky. You only get this once a week.
He lives with it. Right, Isle of Mull. No,
Yeah.
weren't
No,
Isle of Mull.
Mull of Kintyre.
Yeah.
Drove down there.
What a drive.
Again, some of the most beautiful scenery.
It's absolutely
It's
stunning.
the main road down to Campbelltown, where we stop for a cup of tea,
Yeah.
and then you turn off towards Southend, funnily enough,
Yeah.
and then to that dirt track, basically, wasn't it? Through,
It was just incredible. Well, sheep everywhere.
yeah, it's one of them roads. I mean, it's pretty rough, but it's one of them roads. If you wish there was no one coming the other way, no coppers around,
Yeah.
you could have some fun, couldn't you?
It was great going down, but you know, when we got down there, when we had a look round and everything else, it seemed a long way back, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
It seemed a very, and we never bumped into Paul McCartney, did we?
No, we didn't. No.
No. I thought we would.
Just as well, he's probably wanted to borrow a fiver.
Yeah, he probably would. Anyway,
So we couldn't quite get right to the end because it becomes a private road down to sort of the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And you could walk it, but we didn't.
Well, I wouldn't have minded going
It was
down.
quite steep, wasn't it, down
But
there?
I wouldn't have wanted to have tried to come back up. It was there was people
Oh, of
doing
course
it, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
There
not
really
everyone's
was.
as lazy as us.
No, that's true. And also, you can see Ireland from that point, can't
Yeah,
you?
from there
We did
to,
on the day we were
from
there.
there to the Antrim coast, it's just 12 miles.
Yeah, and we could see
Yeah.
it quite plainly the day
Yeah.
we were there, which was quite incredible.
Again, it was one of those trips that was perhaps more about the journey than the destination, because the journey was stunning. And if you remember, on the way back, we stopped at Tarbert.
Oh, damn it, that's another little fishing...
Yeah.
Well, they come in along the river there, don't
Yeah.
they? And we had that sandwich there.
Cheese toasties.
Oh, it was gorgeous,
Absolutely
wasn't it?
fantastic.
Yeah, possibly the second best toasted
Yep.
cheese and ham that we've ever had. The first is down our local.
Well, it was.
They don't
Yeah.
do them anymore, do they?
No.
But anyway,
And lovely pot of tea as well. And I think that was one thing that we characterised our time in Scotland. Lovely tea.
yeah, it was nice tea up there, wasn't it? I
Pretty
think
much always served in a pot.
and it must be
it's
the
a
water,
beautiful-
mustn't it, or
yeah.
something? I don't know, because the tea was
It's
always good.
Lovely tea up there.
It's
Really-
changed for us to be talking about tea, doesn't it?
Well, it shows we don't don't imbibe all the
Is it
time.
because we're drinking this rubbish that we're
Leave
thinking
it
about a
alone.
decent cup of tea?
Don't like it, throw it away. Stop bloody moaning.
Well, I've drank some of it. I think the rest might be going down the sink. Anyway, that's our 2 sites in Scotland for
Yes.
now.
Yep.
We've got a few more sites to visit, that we've visited that we want you to visit with us on the Sunday night natters.
Yeah. Sunday night. Yes.
Yes. But we're going to go back somewhere else.
Yeah, we're
next
going
week.
to come back to Scotland.
But we will come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But next week,
Yes.
we're going to try and do one next week. But because of
Depends
coming
on
back
time because we're away
and travelling back from
at the
Bristol,
moment.
yeah, and travelling back from Bristol.
Yeah.
But
We'll see how we go.
It won't be up in Scotland. But later in the year,
We'll return.
we'll
and
return.
We'll carry on with that.
yeah, because we went to a great
Scottish
site,
leg of
Inverness.
Yep.
You know, where did we go on the other side? Inverness. After that,
We went down to Scone,
Scone.
near Perth,
Scone.
and then Edinburgh.
Yeah, very good. 3 good sites.
Yeah.
So when we return to our visits, we've got
Yes.
3 good sites for them, haven't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, do you think it's time we wrap this up?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think I must have had enough of us by now. Surely.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you very much
Please,
once again.
please try and give us a thumbs up after all this. And, give a thumbs up for Iron Brew or not. No.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See you next time.
Have I got no? Not really.